Now, more than ever, teams must come together and work together to solve big challenges, and Trello is here to help. Trello, part of Atlassian's Collaborative Suite, is an app with an easy-to-understand visual format, plus tons of features that make working with your team functional and fun. With Trello, you can work with your team wherever you are, whether it's at home or in an office. Keep your workflow going from wherever you are with Trello. Try Trello for free and learn more at Trello.com. That's Trello.com.
Dan and Ran and Jay will share tales of folks so unaware they lack in grace and sometimes choose the life they choose will make the news. Breaking down each epic fail in Florida, there's half-price bail. I'm happy to say they couldn't make this up. So listen to our podcast jam with co-host Arm and Dan. Bender, don't be a jerk, cause when the music hits, the funny hits, and we are gonna take you down. Stick around. Make a sound, hunker down, it's Dumb People Town.
Hey, Townies, welcome to a mini episode of Dumb People Town. Population you. Population Fager. We have on a guest today.
That's me.
That is Doug Fager.
It is.
Great young comic who helped us a lot when it came to roast battle.
A lot.
He's one of the best battlers.
I
hey,
mean,
all right,
wait.
Dan. All right, Dan. Relax. Dan, Jesus Christ. But no, I will say this about Doug Fager. He took we were turned on to him by Brian Moses, another friend of the show. As we were saying, who'd be a good person to work with? Who's a great battler, and we've judged some of Doug's battles, which he's amazing. And once we connected with you, it was like I would get texts from Doug at all times of the day and at night with just jokes. Even then, like after the battle was over.
We kept riffing.
He started roasting everybody and everything. Who were we roasting the most? Pete Davidson. Yes, we went on a Pete Davidson riff fest that was so fun.
And now that he's married to Ariana Grande, it doesn't matter.
No, he's doing all right.
No,
But
he can't lose.
Can I call him Ariana Vente?
No.
Yes.
But someone said he was in recovery, and I was like, someone should tell the bags under his eyes. Hell! It was a roast fest.
Roast fest.
Well, on
Pete
this
Davidson,
show,
by the way, you're welcome to come on this show.
yes, we'd love to have you on. He's so funny.
I'll come back for that too.
Please come back for that.
Maybe Pete will come back for that too.
Hey!
Anyway, we get in the roast mode. Doug Fager, great young mind, and we are introducing the DPT audience to this guy. You will love him, and check it out. But we have a great story right now.
Because what we do is roast the dumb on this show. We
do
learned
roast
that.
the dumb.
We learned that from when Jeff Ross, the roast master, came on the show. We have another roaster with us. Daniel, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great. We might hit it up later. Before we jump into this, I just want to remind everybody that the Drip campaign is up and running.
Oh, it's up.
And running. There's
People
so many
have already
opportunities for
signed
you.
up?
They have, yes. There's just so many opportunities for you, the townie, to become even more of a part of this town. Check it out. You can go to our Twitter, DPT Podcast. It's pinned up there. You can go to the Facebook page. It's pinned up there. And you can see what level you want to become a bigger part of this town.
It's a way to get Jan Flato his money back, too.
That's
and
it.
right now it's the founding member. So
For the first 30 days.
Yeah, you only have 30
Become
days.
a founding member.
here we go. Ready?
Yes.
Let's do it.
This is sent in by Steven. How do you know when it's Steven or Stefan? This is Stephen.
Steven. I think a P-H-A-N
He
would
decides,
be
right?
Stefan.
For sure.
A-N is Stefan.
Okay.
Right?
I think it can both be Stefan.
It's like dealer's choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the A is like for sure a Stefan.
I call him
Right.
Stephen Curry.
You do?
Steve Curry?
Steve Curry. You call him
Part of the
Steve
Splash
Curry?
Brothers?
Yeah, Steve Curry.
Stefan Ramsey at Shabby D, SHABBYDE.
He's the overweight
At
love of Shabby D.
It wasn't me. Well, there's one thing.
You combine two things.
Yep, I know. Go for it. Dig it out. Dig it out.
You combine Shaggy and Heavy D,
I know.
who have never collabed on anything.
They should have.
They did
It
collab
might
on...
be too late, right?
Well, it was interesting because they did collab on something, and as they were collabing on it, like you can listen to it, you're asking Shaggy, did you collaborate with Heavy D? And Shaggy said, it wasn't me.
Right. Did we lose Heavy D or just Big Pun?
I think we just lost Big Ton. Big Ton?
We're great.
roasting.
We're doing
Big
great.
Ton. That's how big
Okay.
he was.
There's one thing the Boggle family wants to make clear off the top.
They don't
can't
jumble their
spell.
words
They
up.
can't spell.
Oh my God! Can anyone in this room love Boggle?
Yes.
Oh,
Boggle.
Boggle might be my favorite. Like
I'll
board
tell you
game.
what.
Is that a board?
What?
Go ahead,
Did you
Doug.
play or no?
I'm reasonably excited about Boggle. Yes.
It's so
yes.
good.
Well,
I
but
was
the-
in a thrift shop in Texas, found like a 1968 version of Boggle. That was my mom's birthday
All
gift
the
that
words
year.
that pop up are racist because it was okay back then. It's the
but the-
68 version.
Well, it's probably okay now.
Sadly.
Our president is making it okay now.
Yeah.
But the idea of you press the thing down.
No,
the word-
you're thinking of something else.
Right?
You're thinking of Double
no, you
Trouble.
shake it up. You shake
This
it
is
up.
the
What's
shake.
the one where you press down?
Double
and,
Trouble has a press down in the
and
center,
then
the little
and
coupe.
then everything just pops all over the place, and you have to.
Oh, that would be a different game.
Boggle is shake it up, then make sure they all fit flat.
Yep.
There's always 2 or 3 that are diagonal, and you're like, what are you doing?
Okay.
Flatten out.
You know
and
what?
flip it open.
This
and
will
then
never happen, but for our drip campaign, in the meet and greet, I might want to play Boggle with people.
Bring a Boggle.
Bring a
I
Boggle.
thought Boggle was also the portmanteau of beer goggle.
Yes, it is.
I was more of a Boggle Junior man
Whoa.
myself. Yeah, if you're
Excuse-
familiar
excuse
with
me,
the stylings
Doug.
of Boggle Junior. It's just like Boggle, but smaller, travel size.
But Junior. I love
But
it.
Junior. Okay, here we go.
Boggle Junior.
The Boggle family wants to make one thing clear off the top. It sounds like I wrote this and
Yeah.
I'm angry about it.
Or that this is like they've had enough.
Yes.
We
Or
need to
they
write
have
the
a
article.
game that involves a top, and
Yeah.
they're about
Oh,
to
yeah.
release it.
Right.
Here it is. This is what they want everybody to know. Colon. That's how serious they are.
Yeah.
It's like
Same
a sequel
sentence.
to a
They're like, we
movie.
don't even want to start a new sentence.
No.
This is part of the original thought.
No more pictures. What is going on in your life that you're like,
Guys, we've had enough.
you're right, you're Alec Baldwin it.
Yeah, I
You're
was
like,
gonna say, like, if it Brad Pitt is the guy who can say no more pictures.
Like
You know?
Howie Mandel is the guy who can be like, "Don't shake my hand."
this is a story about why we can't have anything nice in dumb people town.
Okay.
You
I
ready?
mean, this is a common theme, Doug. Is like you just can't have nice things.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's a common theme in my house, too.
Their sunflower farm, the Boggle Sunflower Farm, is closed to Facebookers, Instagrammers, Snapchatters or snappers, and all the other social media looky-loos who tromped over their crops and plugged local roads for kilometers around over the weekend.
You know how like most social media people are just jamming up the sites with sunflower.
They're crop trompers.
Yeah, the crop.
all the new influencers
Yes.
are
Just
big on
big in
sunflower.
agriculture.
How many
Yeah.
crop shots
Yep.
you got?
Right?
Where are you sitting with crop shots?
Right. Are we going to subsidize this soybean field? What are we doing?
Hashtag subsidies.
Quote, ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here's what they say. We're closed forever. Closed not just for today, this week, or this month. Quote, we're closed forever, says Marlene Boggle. Actually, she yells it politely to yet another minivan full of sunflower seekers stopping at the edge of her Millgrove, Ontario driveway on Tuesday. I'm going to show you
By
her.
the way, if you don't want people taking pictures, do not grow the crop of one of the most photogenic flowers ever.
Oh, it's
like,
on them.
Yeah, it's like Cindy Crawford saying, like, stop looking at me.
I think you're victim blaming.
Stop looking at me. I'm not playing the
Flowers
victim.
we're
Mr.
wearing?
Yes,
Also,
Doug?
if you're putting out something anything close to picture worthy in Millgrove, Ontario,
Right.
then you need to expect crowds.
Yes,
A lot
big
of them.
time crowds.
Yeah, everybody knows. That's where Kodak was thought of. Not invented, but thought of.
It literally boggles the mind that she wouldn't.
Oh, at Sklar Brothers.
Gonna go.
Randy.
Where are you going to go?
I'm going to show you guys a picture of Marlene Boggle.
And it will scramble.
There's two things funny about it. One, for someone who hates what's happening, was this the right place to take the photo? Two, she looks like somebody that you have to really try to piss off. Ready?
All right, let's see her.
Look at her. Oh, she's also doing the one thing she hates right now.
She's getting a picture in her sunflower patch.
You dummy.
But
Is it
do
a
you know how
sunflower
many
patch?
likes this got on her Instagram?
Like a ton
Right.
of likes.
She's
many.
constantly
Right.
refreshing.
You know what else she looks like? Somebody who used my own name when scolding me. Like on the paper I turned in 5th grade, she was like, "Did you understand the assignment, Dan?"
Dan's like, no, I didn't.
Right.
She also
do you
looks
get
like
the
a
emails?
crossing guard for her sunflower seed. field.
Yes.
Like she's just expecting school children
she's
to
waiting
trample
for
them.
them.
She wears the orange vest in situations that don't require safety.
So she yells at a minivan, "We're closed forever." They reply, "Forever?" says the startled driver, who drove an hour from Toronto with a van load of kids. Kids, get in the car. We're going to the sunflower picture place.
And this, by the way, every kid in that car is in their brain. If they could say it, they'd be like, what the fuck? Why are we going here?
No
Why?
kid wants to drive from Toronto to look at sunflowers.
Personally, I was going to propose to my girlfriend at the sunflower field.
No, you weren't.
Now what am
Now
I
what
going to
are
do?
you
Now the relationship
what?
is off.
Yeah, we
now
broke up.
now you have questions about the future of
By the way, you can do it. You just can't take a picture of it.
Right.
You
So
can't post
she
that picture on
says
social
the
media.
driver's.
Okay.
What
It's
is the
like,
point?
but it is like they.
If a man gets engaged and it's not on social media, does it happen?
It's a great question.
It's a great
That is a
question.
great question. Like it's not like it's a field of poppy. It's not like it's a
Field of cocaine.
right?
Right.
Like it's not that. It's a field of sunflower
Sunflowers.
seeds. It does it
Seeds.
So the
seeds.
driver yells, "Forever," and then Marlene yells back, "Yep, for good."
This feels like, by the way, it feels like it's like an exchange with Holden Caulfield.
Yes,
You know what I mean? Catcher in the Rye.
Yes.
It's just J.D. Salinger. Forever for good.
for good.
Well, this wise guy.
Add the majestic sunflowers of Boggle seeds to the list of good things spoiled by social media. This is what I'm saying. We can't have nice stuff in Dump People
social
Town.
media ruins everything.
The same fate has fallen some of the world's most renowned attractions. Tourists taking Instagram-ready selfies have clogged up Santorini, Greece. That's a weird comma. Santorini, Greece, with its distinctive blue rooftops, the Leaning Tower of Pisa,
white rooftops and blue ocean.
and the Great Wall of China. Now they're taking over the family farm.
Oh, blue rooftops on White House.
Brad Boggle, Marlene's son. Brad Boggle.
Brad Boggle.
Brad, you still working at the car dealership? Nah.
Double B. Double barrel.
Quote, I can only describe it as a zombie apocalypse. I think Brad needs to think about what a zombie apocalypse
He
is.
doesn't. He
No
does-
one is coming there to kill you, Brad.
Right.
Fear the Walking Dead season 7.
Yes.
The
I thought you were going to say Fear
sunflower
the
field.
Walking Dead seeds.
Yeah.
It started mildly enough. The Boggles opened up their farm to photographers on July 20th. This is how long it took.
So they opened the Pandora's box.
Yes.
They're the ones who screwed this up.
But this story was sent to me on August 2nd.
So literally, it was like 7 days, and they're like, "We're closing
done.
the farm forever."
It
enough.
started mildly enough.
So clearly these are people who can't handle.
they were at the
Right.
end of their rope when they opened the doors.
So like my oldest daughter's drama teacher, I'm not going to say her name,
Sure.
at school is a
Cynthia Nixon.
No, she is a fantastic drama teacher, Meryl Streep. She's unbelievable.
Yes.
Teaching public school in LA. No, she's an amazing drama
Chris
teacher.
Kattan.
But there are moments.
said she.
Yeah. There are moments where like if one extra thing gets put on her plate, she loses her shit. Like can't handle anything. And I like use this as an demonstration to teach my daughter like, okay, this is a person who can't handle much.
Right.
So you have to be careful around this. Like don't give her something extra.
Right.
These are people
This is
like her
handle
daughter, who just,
anything.
you give them one extra thing and, they
they're
can't
done.
handle it.
They're done.
PTA meeting's going to be a little awkward this one.
They opened up their farm to photographers on July 20th, charging $7.50 an adult just to get in and walk around.
What?
They'd done the same thing 3 years ago with a few hundred visitors, providing a modest boost to their main business of farming sunflowers, corn, millet, oats, and barley, as well as selling various kinds of birdseed to from their big red barn, which remains open for business. This year, they hired staff at $22 an hour. That's a pretty good job.
They're paying.
A little part-time summer job.
Yeah.
And rented some porta potties to accommodate the crowds. Their parking lot holds 300 cars. Wow. For the first week, it was never more than 1/3 full. They met families from as far away as Dubai, New York, and Australia, and learned that many cultures
They drove all the way from Dubai. Yeah, that's incredible.
consider the sunflower good luck. Quote,
By the way, if you're coming from Dubai
To look at this people's
in
sunflowers.
Ontario, get a life.
Yeah,
or I was going to say, you're doing it great.
Get a life.
ride or die, bitch.
So,
Ride or
quote,
Dubai.
everyone was laughing.
Well, I guess it-
Too bad of these sunflowers, my friend.
Everyone was laughing and having fun. Then all of Toronto showed up, says Barry Boggle, Brad's father.
Barry Boggle.
So there's Brad Boggle, double B, and there's Barry
And
Boggle.
if they have a daughter, you
double B.
know it's Brittany.
Wait, so which one is the sunflower seed? Brad or
Brad.
Barry? Brad is the sunflower
Brad's the
seed.
dad.
The seed of.
Yeah,
Barry's the seed
Barry's
of...
seed produced
So you're
Brad.
right. You were right.
Right.
Barry
Barry's
is
the
the dad.
dad, and
Brad's
then
the seed of Barry.
Gotcha.
Yes. The seed is strong. The The apocalypse, settle down, Canada, arrived on Saturday the 28th.
Oh, there's an apocalypse.
Oh my God!
There's
it's the
so
end
many
of time.
people coming out to the sunflower.
I heard Drake posted there.
Drake came
Yeah,
out and
Drake
it all
posted.
went to
He's
hell.
got a really big team.
There you go. A few pictures of people posing among the roughly 1.4 million sunflowers, that's pretty cool, had gone viral on Instagram. Cars began rolling up the driveway at 5:45 a.m.
Mine was up at 5 this
it was
morning.
like
My
a
kids-
If you grow it,
It will come. I said it's a Canadian field of dreams.
Quote, we knew something was up, says Barry, who called Hamilton police for help. It's 5:45 and people are coming up his driveway, and he doesn't waste any time. He's like, Ma, call the cops.
They're coming.
They're coming, Mom, call them.
Have you ever had a garage sale, by the way? Have you ever?
Of course.
So, have you ever had one in L.A.? Like, people hear about garage sales in L.A., and there's usually like 7 people that show up that are like garage sale veterans.
People, yes.
These are the people.
They're looking for a
They're
sconce.
there. They're like, their fingers are usually like, all right, we're going to open this garage sale at like 7 in the morning. Their fingers are under your garage, like helping to get the thing up. And like, you're helping some people out, and then suddenly like they're wanting to buy things. They're like picking up things that aren't for sale.
Yes.
You're like,
Can we go on in and look around?
Yeah, no, you
you
can't.
cannot.
They're like holding your baby, and you're like, let's put it down. It's not for sale.
Will you go 5 on it?
No, that's my child.
do you ever get the people who want to know the story behind it too?
Yes.
Like, what's the emotional value of this thing to you? Because
like,
that's what I'll do.
Nothing.
$2.
I bought it at a garage sale. Get out of here.
Take it.
Dan, I'm just thinking of the news report of this, the sing-songy. What happens when the field of dreams becomes a field of nightmares?
Boom. By noon, the hordes were coming from all directions. People were parking as much as a kilometer away. The crowd started ignoring the overwhelmed farm staff, strolling into the fields without paying. Police told the Boggles that parents were crossing 4 lanes of traffic with strollers. Police were getting into fender benders. One driver had his door ripped off by a passing car. One officer told the family they would be fined for all this.
Okay, that is
out of
crazy.
hand. It is out of hand.
I apologize.
There are strollers being pushed along 4 lanes of traffic. Doors are being ripped off.
Fine. The Boggles have a point.
Well, see, calling the police was a mistake because do you know how many sunflowers a Mountie can
He's gonna
tear
just
up?
take
when
up.
they just
Yes.
run it?
Yes.
The horse is going to take that out.
The Boggles tried their best to ward off the trespassers. We asked one guy to leave, and he said, "Make me," and wanted to fight.
Yes! Now we're in dumb people town. Make me fight. And then
This
he
is
pulled
what
his shirt
happens.
over his shoulders and started punching him. Just
This
like
is
a
what
hockey
happens
player.
in Dumb People Town. You try to do one nice thing for the community,
Open it
and they're
up.
going to rip off car doors and fight your
There
ass.
was a guy, and he tried to fight us.
Others were nicer. One man came out of the field holding an armload of garbage he'd picked up,
Oh, that's
which is nice, but that also means there was an armload of garbage in their field.
Yeah.
Others were nicer, like I said. Hamilton police said the Ontario Provincial Police showed up to help with traffic. Around 2 p.m., they asked the family to shut it down. And
Shut it
they
down.
later the cops closed Safari Road, which led up to the field. One officer told a neighbor police had estimated that the crowd had how many
people?
cars?
How
Now,
many cars?
how many cars?
That's not even how many people. It's
How
how
many
many
people?
cars.
How many
Because
cars?
remember,
You almost have to multiply it by 3 or 4.
well, there was a van full of people from Toronto that
Yeah.
they said, we're closed forever.
Right. You are our guest. Would you like to go first, Tig, or third?
Tig went in between the two of us.
So she's the second spot.
choose where
You
you'd
can
like
Take
to
the
go.
Tig
when-
spot?
Tig
When
spot.
you guess
You wanna
how
take the
many
Tig
cars.
I'll take the Tig spot.
Okay,
Okay,
so
Randy or Jason?
I'll
Who
go
would
for
like
I'll
the
go
Tig
first.
Randy would like to go first.
So how many cars? Now, the parking lot can hold 300.
Yes.
I'm going to say there were 3,000 cars.
Wow.
No way.
3,000. All right, sir, you are going second.
I'm going to say that it's a weird under. Like it's a surprising under.
Clown car situation?
And yeah. And it's actually 225.
Again, the-
and
Okay.
The
and these people
Boggles
just
are- they just
trampled
can't handle it,
everything.
and they can't
just
handle
went
it. Right.
nuts.
Jason Sklar.
875 cars.
875 cars. All right, Townies, get your answers in now on our wonderful little
Shout
mini
at your
episode.
earbuds.
Because one police officer told a neighbor police had estimated that there were 7,000 cars.
Oh my God!
Yes! Yes.
Oh my
This
God.
is insane.
That was my next guess.
You said under, and it was under 10,000.
7,000
Oh
cars.
my!
That
Lord.
night, the
By the way,
family.
it's not-
7,000 was like 20,000 people.
That's not all of Toronto.
Guys, here's what's fun. This is Saturday.
Oh my God.
That night, the family barely slept as they fretted about the horrors that might await them on Sunday.
Because there's nothing they can do to stop it
No.
from coming.
By the
and
way,
people
this-
just start
I
walking.
just keep thinking of the sunflower continuing to turn
Yeah,
as the
exactly.
day
Yes.
goes, too.
Turning
Just
towards the
watching
people, yeah.
destruction.
So this is such a Canadian story. Like it's
Yes.
such a Canadian problem.
Right.
We opened up a sunflower thing, and then all these people came, and it's a real dilemma.
Well, Brad spent the next day going up and down the road asking people to leave. Some didn't take it well, telling him he had ruined their vacation.
Brad
A few
Bogle.
fingers gave him the finger for their traffic woes.
It's just a Canadian bird.
As of Tuesday, the
loon.
traffic
They
had
gave him
died.
the loon.
The traffic
Canadian
had died
goose.
down on Tuesday, but the Boggles were still standing by the driveway like sentries. Now their full-time job is keeping people out of their fields.
Yep. Well, did they make some money? 7,000 cars?
No, because people eventually just
people
started
just stopped
walking
paying.
into their
You
fields.
know, they didn't have any scarecrows. They
Yeah,
should have
yeah.
got more
Yeah.
scarecrows.
Yep. No, you're right. They put up no trespassing signs everywhere. Quote, "It reminds me of an exhibit in Toronto," says Chelsea Caruso as she emerges cheerily from the field on Tuesday. "It's Instagram that brought people here. It was a top post. There's such good vibes here." Yeah, unless
You're the family.
Boggles.
Yeah, Boggles
Brad
hate it.
and Brittany and Barry and Bolton and Bike.
Bonnie.
Bonnie, thank you. I went way down. The sunflowers are a notorious fragile crop. So what they're saying too, I'm going to wrap it up here, but the leaves at the bottom, if you damage those, it can ruin the entire flower. So people just walking through the field are like killing these flowers.
Stepping on the things on the bottom.
The same weekend, the Boggles were overrun. A Winnipeg area farmer said around 2,000 people showed up at one of his fields, knocking over flowers in search of the ideal shot. So now it's like taking over other farms.
What
Quote,
are you gonna do this weekend? You're gonna go take pictures.
We're
of
hitting a
sunflower?
farm and we're going to trample the
Take-
shit out of
yeah.
those flowers.
Let's go kill some wildlife.
They don't want us on their farm. We're going to find one.
No,
Yep.
we'll
I don't
find
care.
one. There's one in
There's
Winnipeg.
plenty up there.
Marlene, we're going to leave on a quote from Marlene Boggle.
God.
"I used to love these flowers," she said, waving a Tesla away from the driveway. "Now I can't stand them."
I used
Yeah.
to love her, but I had to kill her. Wow.
That's a mini, friends.
Jeez Louise.
Way to go, dummies.
Instagram, you ruined everything. Doug, what's your Instagram?
Doug's got jokes.
Okay, follow Doug on
Yep.
Instagram. He's got a ton of sunflower pictures.
Yep.
So many. Not
And-
at one less than I would like.
Twitter also ruined everything. What's your Twitter?
Doug Fager, at Doug Fager.
At
Fager. Dudes, that was a phenomenal mini.
good little
Once
mini.
again, guys, sign up for the Drip campaign. Support this podcast. Support Jan Flato. We're going to get him his money back.
We're going to right a wrong in the universe with your help, the townies of this town.
And oh shit, we got to get back to work.
Dum 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 dum. Stick around, make a sound, hunker down. It's Dumb People Town.
It's a good show.